Hello, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get some cards out for the Libra Collective. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement. Everyone's welcome. This is going to be for the week of the 9th to the 15th of March. We do have some things going on astrologically. We always do, right? Right now, mostly what I'm feeling is the Mercury Retrograde. Mercury Retrograde, but also the fact that we just had an eclipse again. And so it was a total lunar eclipse in Virgo. It has certainly shifted the energy. We have pause and reflect here. And I wanted to talk about this anyway. So this is really good. It's coming out already. We have some dragonflies or damselflies in the picture here. What else? We have, looks like cherry blossoms. There's a violin. Full moon. I was just talking about that, but this is a really good time to reflect and just kind of be still. And I know that's not what everybody wants to hear, but it is the energy right now. The energy encourages you to pause, rest, look back, especially when it comes to cleaning things out, cleaning things up, ending contracts that maybe you've outgrown. Dreams could be very real right now too. With this, a lot of like Piscean influence here. And I'm not an astrologer, but I am picking up on the energy, and I do hear things now and then about the astrology. So, yeah, the energy is more of a reflective week. All right, it's about being patient as that fog lifts and prepares to clear out, and then we prepare to take our next steps. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything right now, right? If we lived by that, we would never get anything done because we're always under the influence of retrogrades and eclipses and things of that nature. It feels like you could be extra magnetic though this week. As you're trying to almost have your alone time, you could be getting invitations to come out of hiding, Libra. So kind of feels like romantic themes could be strong. Any kind of relationship though feels like you could be just attracting. There could be more conversations that could kind of stir up feelings from the past, or even things regarding your identity, or what it is you should be doing. What else do we have? We have 444. Angels are surrounding you. We've been getting this number so often now. So there is going to be a chance though for you to clear out the air, clear the clutter. And when I say the air, I can also mean it's also coming through kind of as metaphorically, like clearing your own thoughts, right? Air signs, we are the thinkers, the more of the thinking sign, right? And so signs, I should say, because it's Aquarius, Gemini, Libra as far as air. But my point is that you could get some clarity that's going to allow you to kind of quietly plan your next steps. You may not want to showcase that or forecast that to the whole world, right? You might just want to, again, be very clear in what it is you're doing, and just kind of do it when the fog lifts, basically. Because the mood right now feels emotional, but also thoughtful. It's not very fast moving. So if you're feeling more tired, run down, that sort of thing, like you just want to kind of be sleeping or in this sort of dreamy state, that's completely natural at this time, energetically, but obviously get things checked out with professionals if needed. I always say that. Communication could feel delayed, confusing. So it's a really good time, again, for that sort of intuitive decision making and planning. Journal or script out loud if writing's not your thing, just to get your thoughts out. That's part of what I was getting for clearing the air. All right, so, I mean, work and finances, they appear to me to be kind of pretty steady, but we're going to see what the tarot and oracle cards show, and I'll also share channeled messages, and this is going to pertain to any area of your life, okay? So even if progress feels snail's pace, there is a sense of underlying support, and whether it's angelic support here or just your own trust in your own self to provide stability. But the stability is being grown in the background. It's like a new foundation is being formed because we have had some tower moments individually and on a global scale. So this is about taking your time, reflecting before reacting, letting the insights unfold naturally rather than trying to force anything before it's ready, right? We can't force eggs to hatch or flowers to bloom before they're actually fully developed. So we have Lean on Me. Very interesting because I was getting Lean on Me. I think it was your last reading or it was on the other channel, but it was, I literally heard the phrase lean on me. And then it made me wonder, maybe some of you have a lien that's being lifted. I think it was when I did the All Signs reading for the other channel. This actually, not this card, because this is the first time I'm using this deck here. But it was like almost, again, sort of an end of a contract, or like if you had a loan, it's being paid off, or something being kind of settled. Okay, so something being settled, and then kind of, again, it could involve the end of some sort of obligation. All right, so you may be changing something like that. It does feel like it's a positive transformation, though, whatever it is. Of course, again, it's going to vary, so only take what resonates. So patience and emotional awareness are going to be very helpful. They will serve you well, much better than rushing ahead. Now, in the form of lean on me, it is next to that angels card. So maybe you're leaning into your, well, there's more dragonflies on this card too, but maybe you're leaning into your spirituality more. Whenever I see the checkered like this, it makes me think of like emperor vibes and also being strategic. So maybe you're also, I'm also getting a little bit of like Hierophant vibes with this too. So maybe you're leaning into something that feels structured, that you're comfortable with already, rather than having to like completely reinvent the wheel with something. What else do we have? I'm getting something about like being showered with gifts or rain. I don't know. We have You're an Angel on Earth. Okay, so we have monarch butterflies showing up a bit too here in this reading so far. And angel on earth, yeah, being really, and actually there aren't any butterflies here. I thought I was seeing them. I'm not, but I saw a butterfly on this card here. It's not exactly a monarch, but it's like close enough. You could also resonate with like daffodils or yellow roses in some way. I'm picking up right now too on something that's being recorded, also something that's being kind of said over like a loudspeaker, almost something. There's some kind of announcement then. So there's a big announcement possibly this week. It could really have to do with anything, your stability, security, home, things of practical matters. Okay, so your resources in general, health included. So but again, it's going to vary, so just let's see what else we have. The deck I just used, by the way, this was the Angels of Healing and Hope Oracle by Ellen Valadares and Yasmin Westwood. Now we're going to use the Cheeky Tarot. All the decks I use are down below. Schoolhouseintuitive.com is also still offering readings for the time being anyway. Personal readings are open. Schoolhouseintuitive.com. Now, there's also something here about doing something just for the sheer enjoyment of it. What else do we have? Okay, what do we have? So we're going to get advice overall for the week. What are some themes we need to be mindful of? Anything we need to surrender to, change? How can we work with this energy? You have the Queen of Swords. Wow, Queen of Clarity. So that fog is going to be lifting, and maybe it already has for some of you. Butterfly, there's the butterfly. So butterflies, focusing on the stages of things, something developing, big transformative kind of energy too. The Queen of Swords, very clear about the next steps, very clear about why she's here, what she's doing. And it is under that pause and reflect. So some of you may be kind of holding steady in your Queen of Swords energy right now, or that could be the advice from Spirit. Let's see what else we have, please. There's the Eight of Wands. And the reason we're having this pause and reflect kind of energy is to close out what needs to be closed out, closing those chapters, right? And having these new beginnings. The energies, look, I heard loudspeaker in my not my mind, my intuitive world here. I heard clairaudiently. That's what I'm trying to say. And we have someone on a megaphone here, right? This bird's on a megaphone. So there could be some sort of a news, and there's a dragonfly too. I mean, we're getting similar. So look up dragonfly, or if you already know what it means for you. Check that out. And also, I mean, dragonfly can have to do with like bringing in some new light, bringing in a little color into your life. It can have to do, yes, with your spirituality developing. Dragonfly can have lots of different meanings. So the month of August could resonate for you in some way. And again, sometimes I think it's good if you look that up on your own, just because sometimes there are messages that are more specific to you when you yourself look into it. So dragonfly could be, or damselfly even, it's like about shining and healing, and according to Ted Andrews, and your intuitions and perceptions becoming more clear, entering a new stage, stepping up to illuminate. Some sort of efforts you're making could be maturing, and the other stuff I've already said. So yeah, trust in the power of your perception and your ability to succeed, and just your own light in general. And this is the mini version of Animal Speak. So that's the book here. All right, what else do we have? So that energy is going to be moving ahead here. And as you do make those changes, you are guided. Angels are surrounding you there, 444. It's not just your imagination. Some of you may be using your imagination, though, to create and craft something that's really important to you. We have the Three of Cups, and there is celebration here. There's some good news coming in. And I love that this is underneath that Lean On Me card, because it's like you're learning that you can actually maybe get support you need from, again, remember I said like structure and stability and security that you're already familiar with, or maybe you find a framework or something that you can go by, or you just find something that, or even a group, there's something that really kind of resonates with what it is you want to achieve, what you want to accomplish, and that alone is great because it makes you feel more supported by the universe or even those around you. Knight of Wands here. And this is what's clarifying that you are an angel on earth. So with the Knight of Wands, it's very adventurous. You know, it's like really allowing that passion to carry you. You know, what else do we have? And before the reading, I was getting no rain, no flowers. So no rain, no flowers. All right. Things may have, and there's the Three of Swords. So it's like needing to maybe go through sometimes, having gone through painful things, experiences, and knowing where to then retract your energy, retrieve your energy. We've been getting that for a while so that you can better distribute your energy, including, you know, your love, your time, your money, your resources in general. There's some sort of, it just feels kind of like this energy of feeling like, when is this fog going to lift? Like it seems like it's been raining for a long time and I'm waiting for that sunny season, right? Figuratively speaking. Just feels like it's don't want to hear any more bad news. This person's kind of I'm feeling a person who has kind of just like turning their like not wanting to hear anything else right now. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. There's an opportunity here, potential. This is good. It came in the other on the other channel too for the week. An Ace of Pentacles. They had the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So it does feel like there are new opportunities being born out of what was a difficult time. Now I find this very interesting because look at this. See how the clouds kind of extend, and out of nowhere, this Ace of Pentacles comes through. Why? Because it's ready. This opportunity is ready to be born. It's ready to find you. It's ready for you to kind of open the door to this new opportunity. And you know, it's potential, right? It's not a guarantee until we actually do what we need to do to take care of things, right? To just take those action steps. Now, for some of you, it is closing a door, though. It's not just because we're moving forward doesn't mean we're, you know, only opening doors. There is also going to be closing of other doors behind us, right? As we go. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, this feels like it could have to do with your security, with securing new resources, taking something to the next level. Even it does feel like that's something that maybe even felt like a gamble. Maybe it's just, it's starting to feel like less risky the more you're educated on something, the more information you get, or just the more time you have to sit with it. So again, we're wanting to pause, reflect. What else do we have? We have Six of Cups. And so now we've seen lilies twice here. So lily could mean something here for you. The Six of Cups, you know, so when it comes up during a Mercury retrograde, could it be someone from your past wanting to rush back in underneath the Eight of Wands? Yes, it could be something that was painful that you've maybe, or something that could resurface in any area of your life that you thought you'd already kind of put that to bed. So yes, that can happen. Six of Cups is traditionally a card of nostalgia. You know, it can also be, though, a card of gifts. You know, I was getting like shower you with, and I was like, shower you with what? A gift, rain, what? So we already had the rain. And so after the rain comes the gifts. That's what it feels like. After the rain comes comes the sun. So we'll see what else comes out. And you can see that they've planted, they've grown these lilies, right? They've grown these gifts. So some of you are actually growing your gifts, your creativity, your influence, your intuition. You're growing, you're stepping up and receiving your flowers here, so to speak, too. And oh, that's such a nice energy. Yeah, and there's the Page of Cups. And this is something, what it's doing is it's kind of connecting me to this message coming from the heart for you, or something that's just something that feels like an emotional win. And then here we have more lilies. Okay, so lilies, let me see here. I'm going to need to look into that because now it has made itself known so many times. So overall, this is the book here. Nature Speak by Ted Andrews. So I'm just going to paraphrase here very, very briefly. He says a lot, but I'm just going to do a few sentences. This is about a time of new birth, a time of purity, and humility wins. So it says, rarely does the lily produce abundant blooms in its first year. Okay, it has to have like proper soil, proper roots, drainage, all that. In fact, the most important factor about lilies is that they have to have well-drained soil. So that is a reminder to you to not get bogged down in the old. All right, so taking what you need and then letting the rest kind of run off, and remembering each year the blooms are going to become more abundant. So that's really, really interesting that came in, because it really does seem to tie in with the energy. So thank you to Ted Andrews. All right, now we have that, because it's like, unless I talk about it, it's going to keep coming up. So, and now we know Lily, or also the name Lily, or anything like it. I've been getting that name for a while, you know, derivatives of Lily, Liliana. All right, even Lainey. Now, I'm getting another message too about just not getting swept away in what's going on around you. Knowing that, yes, this too shall pass. The winds are going to change. The wind always changes direction eventually, right? Oh my goodness, you have the Ace of Cups. Loving this for us, because again, like I said, this is what came out in the reading on the other channel, Schoolhouse Intuitive, spelled differently, which is in the description box in case you're wondering. But look, out of nowhere, here comes this Ace of Cups. It could be a new proposal, right? It could be also you're changing the way you do something. You're creating something new that you're excited about. You're excited about where this is headed. And now we have water lilies. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is really amazing. Bottom of the deck, you have Justice. Look at that. Loving that. Loving it. Pardon me. Yeah, it's about time that you come up with a new strategy here for something. Because it's like the old way is just not working. And I feel like a lot of you are realizing that. You've already maybe come to this reading realizing that. And this is just a big underline exclamation point for you. What else do we have? Thank you for those of you who are members. I appreciate you. I hope you like those weekly bonus readings. And thanks to those of you who like, subscribe, hype, comment. All of that engagement does help. So thanks so much for doing that. Appreciate you. Okay. And oh my, this is a big one. The Magician. Wow. Okay. So here we have it. You know, what you're thinking about, you're bringing it down to earth, right? As above, so below, right? They have, what do you know? More lilies. Oh my goodness. They have lilies and they have roses. So talk about new birth, fertility, and just like a new start that feels much more grounded. You are totally manifesting because you have 111, and that is a big number of manifestation. So let's get that. You've had your balance tested, I can tell you that. And let's see what we have. You're learning to trust that intuition. Yes, I feel that coming through right now. And yeah, 111, sign of manifestation. So keep positive as thoughts manifest quickly. Yeah, and then on the bottom here, it's 4, 5, 6, 7. This wants to come out too. And this is staying true to yourself, standing firm as things change around you. So you are actually making this happen. Okay. And a lot of you, you've decided that you are removing yourself from an environment or a relationship. That could be an environment too. And you're ready for like a new cycle, a new season. The new season's arriving soon. Hey, and it really will be the vernal equinox soon. So what do we have, please? Big shifts happening. I've been sensing big shifts for the end of February into April, even like all of March. So this is going to be a big shift on a global scale. It feels like. What else? Oh, 2 cards came out. Ooh, the Star card and the Hanged Man. Wow. You are getting in touch with your light, the divine influences here. This is hope, promises, rebuilding, healing. Okay. It's you being very grounded in your own knowledge and feeling really confident in that. Maybe for the first time, this is really having that wisdom, right? That new clarity. I mean, you are getting a new perspective, a lot of you, on something, maybe on what you've had to sacrifice, and maybe you haven't been able to fully heal something because you've been making or putting energy into things that just were not bearing fruit or growing the flowers, right? So I feel like a lot of you now, you're closing out something that was really, it felt kind of incomplete for a long time, and it could have been draining your energy, right? And so now that you have become aware, or you will become aware of this, this light being shed on something for you, it feels like there's just a whole new level of growth and opportunity. Just a whole new level of this. I want to remind you, you do have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So this is very fortuitous, really. It's not to say it's been easy in any way. I'm also getting 39. I'm getting 39 with this. So maybe that resonates for you. I feel like there's an end to compromising here. It's just there have been way too many compromises. They're actually giving me this thing about, like, going to the circus and never knowing what to expect, and just like your circus days are over. Why they're giving me that, who knows, right? But it's kind of cool. I always love it. So I just feel like you're moving forward because you have this new clarity, this new sense of it's sort of like having this confidence in this higher perspective you've now gained. If I didn't mention it already, if you've been wanting to kind of get answers to things or do any sort of dream work, now is a great time for that with the Piscean influences. I get that just a lot of you, you've really, whether it's relationships or even education, your relationship with institutions in some way too, I feel that you've really made some huge changes. And you could have also felt like you sacrificed so much just to have like the status quo or something, and that's just not, it's not truly enough for you. The number 5's coming in, and 5 can be about you making these necessary changes. What else am I getting? Let's see. Kind of operating in that default mode is kind of out the window now. That's what it seems like. It feels like you're actually more receptive to new ways of doing things. But again, it's this interesting balance of um, not necessarily having to start all over with something, but being open to the new knowledge that and the new insight that could come during this pivotal time. It is a pivotal time in history, it feels like. So let's see what else we have. Something kind of old, or that's like inflammatory remarks, or uh, a condition that feels sort of fixed or stubborn, this kind of energy, or something again that you thought was healed could resurface. Let's get a card on that. Okay, Two of Cups. It's to be healed. It's coming forward to make sure it's truly healed. Sometimes too, like say it's just anything from the past. Okay, I don't like to get into the X stuff here. Who cares about that? Sorry, I'm sorry, but I like to focus on you and empowering you. So, um, Two of Cups is it can be a card of healing and a connection and sharing and attraction and partnerships and relationship with others, but also it's like this real self love kind of energy too, and it feels like. Um, there's a new way of like again they just keep giving me like there's a new way of almost what I'm hearing actually is swimming upstream. So there's a new way to do something that was once difficult, that felt impossible, or felt like you were kind of going against tradition, going against the norm. That's the power to just be. So I love that we have one of the cards of healing, and I didn't even realize I put it right down on top of the Star card and the Magician. So you have the resources you need to heal something once and for all. This is it. That's the truth, Ruth. Okay, it's happening. What else do we have, please? Any final messages with tarot before we move into some more oracle cards, please? Feels as though there's been a limit. There's been a limit that's been met. Or like I said, you've met the conditions of an agreement. It does feel like you're clearing out old contracts and ready for a whole new cycle. So you could have been even clearing out karma, in some way. We have the Seven of Cups. And it can be wishful thinking and fantasy, delusion, that sort of thing. But it can also just be reminding you that you do have some choices. Some are better than others, right? Make sure you're making decisions based in reality. It can just let us know that, hey, it's a real daydreamy kind of energy. Makes sense with the astrology right now. And the Six of Wands. Maybe it's good to allow yourself time to dream. Dreams were a focus. And I'm not even just talking about goals and dreams. I'm talking about dreams as far as allowing yourself that playful time to just sort of be and hang upside down if you're capable of that. Just, and just kind of, again, like just having this, and maybe that's just the energy in general that I'm feeling is coming in, or that we're already in, is just this kind of being open to new connections, because they're giving me circuitry too. Being open to, new connections could be it could be great for you. It could lead to success and to some growth, and that you couldn't have otherwise done if you just kept doing things the same way. Okay, so it does feel though, I mean, I'm going to say it again though, but it's because you've cleared out what has already expired. It was already on its way out anyway. It was coming to an end. So it's like kind of like that's a wrap, That's the energy I'm kind of feeling for this week. And also don't be surprised if days and weeks kind of blend into each other, and that it's hard to distinguish clear borders with things, where one thing stops and another begins. And there's, and it could even be, just having a hard time sort of getting grounded. So making sure you're just, one way to, be careful with energy like that is, and to work with it, is to just go slow. Don't make any sort of impulsive moves at this time. It's just not really advised, but no impulsive stuff, right? Really, that's not a great idea anyway, usually. But spontaneity is a little different to me than impulsivity, but it's about what you think of it. And so sometimes, we make an impulsive or spontaneous move and it works out, right? there's nothing wrong with being adventurous and spontaneous, and you have a great time. Wasn't going to go do this, but I did, and I had a great time. So glad I was spontaneous. That's like king or a knight of wands energy, but impulsive feels a little more like not really having full control of one's thoughts or direction. And so it feels more like knight of swords, which can, be kind of a, like just an unpredictable, just like kind of overly assertive, kind of energy. Whereas the knight of wands feels more like spontaneity, free spirited, creativity, adventure. They can both come off as sort of reckless and impatient. So we want to try to avoid things like that, like recklessness, impatience. That's not going to lead to the ultimate victory, but you do have an ultimate victory here. Oh my, look, there's another knight. We're just talking about the knight. So the Knight of Pentacles is like, hey, I'd like to get in on this action. So this is, though, the hard work, efficiency, slow and steady progress. That's what's paying off, something more dependable. And I wanted to point out too, we have our little snail. Look at that. Oh, I'll do like the influencers do. Oh, there it is, everybody. Little snail, little fluorite snail here. And I have that there reminding us next to the key that sometimes, those doors are going to open a little slower, but slow and steady. And there's the snail here on the Knight of Pentacles. All right. What else, please? And then we're going to move into some oracle cards. Anything else that needs to come out? We'll do 3 shuffle. Oh my gosh, the sun. And I mentioned the sun coming out after the storm. And there it is. So get ready for that harvest, folks. Get ready for it, because it feels finally, like, yes, finally, wow, this is like actually happening. Timelines are going to vary, obviously. When I'm doing my weekly readings, that's the energy I'm picking up for now. It could initiate something that takes, a couple months, or it could happen right now for some of you, right? It's going to vary. So the sun is that new growth. They've got I'm getting the month of August again. Okay. So that's a couple times now that's coming in. So maybe for some of you, the big victory is in August, or you resonate with it in another way. But feeling free to have this new beginning, freeing yourself from what's already on its way out, or feels dismal. This is the word I'm getting. It feels like it's kind of just weighing you down, so removing yourself, cutting those chains that have been binding you, so to speak, having that new vitality. There's a star card and the sun, and the 6 of Wands. So some of you are really stepping into the spotlight, and it's big. It's like, this is absolutely star quality vibes, right? Level up, glow up, whatever you want to call it. But this could be wealth celebration. So wealth celebration, celebrating one's health, any sort of joyous outcome. It could be new vitality, which great if that's you. Wishing you so much, healing. So yeah, this is really good. Let's get a high vibe. We're going to get, I always ring my bells here, or you can ring my bell. All right. So what do we need to surrender to? Speaking of those, freeing ourselves. And then we're going to get high vibing. Get a high vibing deck here. If you're interested in the psychic mediumship / channeling kind of messages, I channel throughout readings, and I do it in my own voice. It's like this, there's a lot of channeling that happens with this reading. But if you want a reading that's more like psychic mediumship, speaking to loved ones on the other side, angels, that sort of thing, that happens over on the other channel, Schoolhouse Intuitive. Okay. All right. So just reminding you of that. All right. So what do we need to surrender to? Whoa. We're surrendering to effortlessness. I want to bring you back to this Hanged Man. Okay. So there we are. We are surrendering to effortlessness, going with the flow. We get this message a lot, right? Especially lately, like kind of accepting what you can, self-sacrifice. What are you willing to give up to have this new beginning, to have whatever it is you want, fill in the blank. We need to be letting go, and then just accepting, after we've taken our steps and all that. It doesn't mean being Hanged Man energy forever. It means, though, but maybe being flexible about how something's coming in, or again, re-examining like what you're willing to do in order to have this. Are you willing to give something up? Are you willing to take on a little more? Are you will, whatever it is for you and your particular goal. So it says, stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Remember, they also gave me that analogy of like swimming upstream and how there's actually an easier way, maybe. Okay. So maybe you'll be feeling less resistance once some of this energy can get moving again. What else do we have? Surrender comparisons with other people. So keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Amazing. Now, how do we stay high vibing, please? High vibing. Mirror work. Okay, so look into a mirror, make a funny face, one that brings forth a laugh or a smile. Tell yourself you're amazing. Okay. Tell yourself you're amazing, but for real. Again, even if it's like it feels silly to you at first, just those positive affirmations can help. So what else do we have? I want to get a couple of cards regarding, by the way, Libra, your next reading with me is going to be all about success, prosperity, abundance. So career could play into that, but just overall abundance in general. Okay, so let's get you a fortune cookie card or two. So regarding projects, careers, all that. Yeah, difficult time. So it could be, just again, be on guard against chaos, some sort of emotional upheaval. Okay, so that could, I feel like we're kind of in that energy right now. You don't want to be like surprised by something unpleasant. And then we have change. So yeah, there's a change here happening. Good. So that energy is going to change, move out. And this is about changing residence, partnerships, careers, jobs. It's all in the cards. And there's a restless need of change possibly. But again, like I talked about, like we want to make sure we're not being reckless, right? It's powerful energy. We do have assert yourself here. And that's going for what you want. The time's right for soulmate, birth of a child, etc. Okay. So, and also just perseverance is coming through. So you might not feel like you're getting anywhere. Don't give up. Okay. Just hang in there a bit longer if you can. Okay. Which I know you can. All right. And now for matters of the heart, let's get something regarding that. Actually, I'm going to use the same deck for relationships in general, matters of the heart, relationships. I'm hearing clairaudiently, we need to talk. So you could be having an important conversation. We have these. Oh, say it. What do you know? Okay, so we have friendship, jealousy, and signs for relationship matters. So a friend may need your help, your kindness, and excellent counseling skills, Libra, to get them back on track. So be mindful of that this week. We have jealousy here. Watch who you trust, okay, with your personal secrets and plans. Spend time outside to reconnect and replenish. And signs, this could really apply to any area. Your future positive direction will reveal itself. Any doubts and confusions will soon disappear. That is it. That's the whole week, it feels like. Does feel like that. So let's get, well, we already have your number cards. We'll get some galactic angel messages and animal messages. Oh, we're going to get you a crystal card. Like to do those for the week. Crystal card for the Libra collective. Libra. Carnelian, feed your creativity. And if that doesn't resonate with you, we're going to get one more. Unikite or Unikite. Live in the now. So live in the now and play. Feed that creativity. There you go. And I'm going to, actually, there is one more. Garnet. Okay. And ignite your passion. And funny enough, I put on some garnet right before this reading. So I felt like that needed to come through then, apparently, for you. Okay. So now galactic angel messages. And you know how to show support. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. All right. Thanks to those of you, too, who do the super chats and super thanks and have donated via the website and everything. I appreciate you so very, very, very much. Thank you. It says, soon we will be lifting the veil and you will see the light. There it is again. The veil is being lifted. Absolutely. And it's I know it may not feel like it makes sense right now for a lot of you, but it's coming, okay? And it says take off the blindfold and you'll see the truth in front of you. Yes. And keep your vibrations high. We do that here, right? So rise above any negative triggers, thoughts, actions. Okay, be the bigger person and walk away if needed. It doesn't mean that you're okaying something. It just means that you value your energy and your time more than whatever's happening. And remember, you can always ask your guides for help. They can't always intervene without your permission. I'm getting the name Sabrina, and I'm also getting another name like Hawkins. Okay, so I don't know if that's a real person. I feel like I've heard that name somewhere maybe, but getting like Sabrina, I was getting Hawkins too. So who knows? My my logical side, my language side, my memory side, my facts side of my or areas, I should say, not side, but areas kind of dim down a bit, and then my the parts of the brain that allow for more. Me to be more like receptive and like creative and intuitive and do this kind of work, those are more lit up. So it's interesting how that works. So if I say a name that's like a real person's name, I am not going to remember that while I'm in this space, this energetic space. Okay. When I get out of here and I'm grounded and back to my, grounded more in that other side. Yeah, it's all one for me. So it's hard to explain. But anyway, I hope you get what I'm saying. All right. So forgive me if there is a name like that of a celebrity or whoever, but I don't know. I'm also not great with names in general, unless it's the name of an animal. I remember cats, dogs, it's birds, but yeah, people, not so much. What does that tell you about me? All right. Maybe you can relate, Libra. Oh, black swan? What do you know? Maybe we're some black swans. Okay, so we have black swan here. In embracing your uniqueness, you find your true beauty. Be bold in your individuality. And I feel, oh my gosh, look, there are more water lilies here. Can you believe that? Wow. Lotus. What else? I'm getting San Diego too. Hope everything's okay with San Diego. All right. I'm doing this reading a week in advance. So, all right. Coyote. Trust your ability to adjust to life's changes. Your quick thinking will solve any problems. Great. That's it. That's what I have for you. I feel like I want to get one more animal card and then it'll be a wrap. Okay, kangaroo. Leap into the magnificent unknown with unwavering faith. You are fully protected. Love that. It's a message we received towards the beginning of the reading, and now you're getting it here. So lets me know that we are on the right track and we are ready to close the reading. So thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. Take care.